Good morning students, welcome back to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Students, today we are going to start with one of our another chapter from class 8th in civics, that is our chapter number 6, understanding our criminal justice system. Student, you know this thing that especially nowadays in our society, crime rate is increasing day by day. So in order to prevent this crime, government had made certain rules and regulations that all the individual needs to follow. So basically in this chapter we are going to study that who is the one individual is said to be a criminal. That means what a particular individual committed and who is responsible for declaring a particular individual as criminal, or when he is declared as a criminal, and regarding the other aspect relating to the criminal system that prevails in our country. So let's begin, students. So firstly, students, I already told you there are different agencies in our judicial system for declaring a particular person as criminal or not criminal. Now what are these agencies? Like police is there, like you can say prosecutors are there. Who are prosecutors? Prosecutors are your advocates or lawyer, and the judges are there. So these are different agencies who have different role to contribute in the criminal justice system. So we are going to study about all these agencies in this chapter in detail. Now see students, you can see one scenario here. Now in this particular scenario, when you are going to read this story, what you are going to find? You are going to find that Mr. and Mrs. Shinde, they are the boss, and this one lady is there who used to work at their home, and the name of the domestic worker is Shanti. Shanti is one of the domestic worker who is working at Mr. and Mrs. Shinde's home. Now what happened? One day Mrs. Shinde lost her gold chain. So she just had word with her husband and said that there is probability, and not probability even, she is assuredly saying this thing that Shanti, that is their domestic worker, had stolen their gold chain. So what happened? Both Mr. Shinde and Mrs. Shinde just reached to Shanti. They just unpack Shanti's one box, and in that box they found certain amount of rupees. So what they said, they report this thing to the police station, launched FIR there, and said that this certain amount of money that they obtained from Shanti is the amount of money which Shanti got after selling the stolen chain in the market. On the other hand, Shanti being accused, she is clearly denying, clearly saying that she had not stolen the golden chain at all. And after being asked also, she said that me and my brother, we both were serving in this field for many years, and this certain amount of money which is available with us is our hard earned money. On the other hand, as Mr. and Mrs. Shinde enjoys high power or high position in the society, so on their saying, policeman not only took action against Shanti, that is took her after the bars, after the jail or inside the jail, but also have conversation with Shanti's brother, who had no role or no link with all this scenario going. And both Shanti as well as her brother, they both are saying that we are innocent and we had no role in this, we had not stolen the chain, and this money is our hard earned money. But still police arrested both of them and take them in the custody. Now both these, when they were admitted or they were sent to the jail, as Shanti is accused. Now who is the accused person? The person on whom allegations are made, on whom charges are made, that you could be a criminal is the accused person. Whether that person is guilty or whether that person is not guilty, that is second hand, but one person on whom accusations are made is the accused person. Now see what happened, that Shanti was crying badly and she said, I don't have enough money with me so that I can hire proper prosecutor or advocate for myself who can fight my case and clear this thing that I had not stolen the money, because she is very poor. So after all these things, when this matter went in front of the judge, then judge said that under right to life, each and every individual has the right to prove that he or she is not guilty or he or she has not committed any sort of crime. As Shanti is not having enough money to hire prosecutor. What do you mean by prosecutor? Advocate or lawyer for herself. It is the duty of the state to provide public prosecutor to Miss Shanti. Now what does that mean? That means that in any case, in any state, if any individual is unable to hire any prosecutor, advocate or lawyer for himself or herself, then it is the duty of the state to provide lawyer or advocate to that person. Now see what is said here. In this case, Mrs. Rao is there, who is the public executor, that is public prosecutor that is provided by the state to Shanti, so that she can prove that she is not guilty. So thereafter, students, you can see that this public prosecutor questions Mr. and Mrs. Shinde, and she asked that from how many years Shanti is working at your home. They said from the last 10 years. Then the public prosecutor cross-examined and cross-asked that from the last 10 years, have you ever reported this thing earlier also? Then Mr. and Mrs. Shinde denied. They said that in the last 10 years they have not observed any sort of such issue. This is for the first time. Then the public prosecutor said that if a particular person is working at your home from the last 10 years and not such event had happened earlier, so how can you say that she is guilty or she had done this thing? And second question that she said, you are talking about the amount of money. You yourself are saying that she is working at your home from the last 10 years. So that means that amount is her savings only. She deposited this amount, so you cannot blame her. And thereafter, one of the police person came to this public prosecutor and said that they got one information that Mr. and Mrs. Shinde's son was involved in one of the gang, and this gang is involved in theft. They basically stole gold items or things from the neighborhoods and from their own homes, and then they used to sell it in the market. And after getting this thing known, public prosecutor raised this point in front of the judge and cleared this thing that as their son is involved in this theft, so he is responsible for stealing the gold chain and not Mrs. Shinde. And all of you know this thing that judge always used to give his decision, that is whether the accused person is guilty or not guilty on the basis of evidences that are presented by the public prosecutor. Now as all the evidences are in the favor of Shanti's, that is why judge clearly says that Shanti is not guilty and she is clear, she is free from all the accusations. And thereafter, students, this is the particular story that give you reference regarding how the criminal justice system works in India. Now we are going to study, as I already told you in the starting of the chapter, that we have different agencies in our criminal justice system which involve police, public prosecutor and your judge. Now we are going to study about the role of all these agencies in detail. Now firstly, what is the role of the police in investigating a crime? First thing is clear, what is the role of police? That is investigating the crime. Second thing, to collect the evidences that needs to be presented in front of the judge. Who is responsible for collecting those evidences? Police is responsible for collecting those evidences. Thereafter, next role of police is to file a charge sheet, which is termed as the FIR, which is your first information report regarding a particular person who have arrived that this particular, regarding the accused, you can say, against whom the decision needs to be taken, that whether the person is guilty or not. Now the next thing is, this is not the role of the police to give decision, to state that whether the particular person is guilty or innocent. Who is responsible for that work? Judge. Judge is responsible for that work and not the police. The next thing is, there are certain guidelines, certain rules which are framed for the working of police, and all the police members need to follow those guidelines before arresting the accused person, and no policeman can abide or go against or can criticize those rules. Now what is that? These rules or these guidelines are as follows. Firstly, the police are not allowed to arrest any person or to detain any of the person that without any reason. If the police is arresting any of the person, then they must need to present the valid reason why that person is being arrested. Then the second guideline is, the police has no right to beat or to physically torture or to mentally torture the accused person. They cannot torture the accused person in their custody at all. And the third point is, if they have taken any confession of the accused person in their custody, then that confession will not be considered as confession in front of judge. So these are certain things, and why this is there I told you, in order to provide the right to life of every citizen. Now what is the proper role or what is the proper duty of policeman? These are explained here in the form of points, you can clearly see. First one is the right to be informed at the time of arrest of the offense for which the person is being arrested. That I have already told you. Before arresting the accused person, it is the responsibility of the police to inform that person that why he or she is getting arrested. The next is not to ill-treat or torture in their custody. I already told you. The next is, if they made the accused person is making any confession, that will be not considered as confession. And the next is, any boy under the age of 15 or woman cannot be called to the police station for questioning only. That is, under 15 means children. Children cannot be called to the police station for the purpose of questioning only. Why? Because firstly, if the children have seen from their own eyes regarding the commitment of any crime, they are already disturbed with that thing, because their mindset is not at that level. So this is the court decision. If the court wants, because they must be or they can be eyewitness in any of the case, if any children that is under 15 is eyewitness, then they are not coming to the police station, but the policeman will approach to the woman or the man who is under 15 and take their confession at their home only and not at the police station. And why this is done? In order to avoid the evil effect on child psychology or on child mind. Then is first information report, that I already told you. FIR, this is basically one of the charge sheet that the policeman needs to file, and in the FIR reports he need to mention the name of the person and the place from where the FIR is done, and is lodged against whom and for what purpose. These all things needed to be mentioned in FIR, which is obviously charge sheet and is written by the police station. The next, I hope the work of the police is clear to you. The next is, what is the role of the public prosecutor? I have already told this thing to you. What is the role of the prosecutor? That is to fight for the person or to prove that their client is not guilty, and to cross-examine the other party. Like in the case, that Shanti's case that we studied, public prosecutor cross-examine Mr. and Mrs. Shinde. So that is the role of public prosecutor. Now see, in the last chapter also we studied the case of you can say State versus Lakshman Kumar and the others, where what we get, the sari of that particular lady because of domestic violence got burnt. When she filed the case in the lower court declared that her in-laws were innocent, but actually they were not innocent. So she has the right that she approached to the High Court, where the decision was in her favor. So why that happens? Because of the role of public prosecutor, because public prosecutor take this initiative, take this step to fight against her. Then second case is of course of Shanti's case that we studied in this chapter. So basically, what is the role of public prosecutor? To present the evidences in the right manner in the front of the judge, and to clear this thing that their client is not guilty. That is the role of public prosecutor. And whenever he is or she is, that is the public prosecutor, is providing the evidences, he or she, that is the prosecutor, public prosecutor, needs to act impartially. The public prosecutor cannot afford to be partial at a particular purpose or towards his or her client. The next is, what is the role of the judge? I already told you. The role of the judge is to declare that after hearing or after seeing the eyewitness or all the evidences, to clear that whether the accused person, that is the person on whom allegations are made, is guilty or not guilty. If that person is guilty, then he or she needs to be given punishment, can be sent to the jail, or fine can be imposed on them depending on the crime committed by the accused. Or if he or she is not guilty, then they will be made free by the judge. So this is the role of the judge, that is to pass the judgment or to clear this thing whether the accused person is guilty or not guilty. The next is, what is a fair trial? Students, fair trial means providing an equal platform to all the individual. It should not be like that if a particular son is of there and whose father belongs to a very strong political party or is a very big politician, then the court is going to, or the judge is going to prefer that particular person, or the court or the judge is not listening to a poor person. Fair trial, impartial treatment, equal treatment should be given to all. That is what mentioned here. Now the next thing is, whenever these hearings used to happen, they always happen in open court. What do you mean by open court? This side public prosecutor is there, judge is there, police is there, eyewitnesses is there, and other public is also there to see that the judge have not taken any partial decision, because the judge has to give his judgment on the basis of evidences only. So that is what mentioned here. So what is said here, that what if the court did not give a copy of charge sheet to the statement of witness to the judge? If the copy of charge sheet, that is the FIR report, all the evidences are not there with the judge, then he might not be able to give the right or the accurate judgment. And we have already observed this thing in the case of Shanti, and how public prosecutor interfere in that. We have seen this thing, and I already told you regarding the open court section. So what is said that under Article 21 various right is there, right to equality or right to life is there, under which all the individual has the right that if their life is at stake and they are not guilty, then they can fight for it, they can criticize it. And this I have already told you regarding the cross examine mechanism, which is obviously done by the public prosecutor in front of the judge. So basically fair trial means whether a particular individual is poor, like in case of Shanti, by the guidelines issued by the constitution, even he or she, that is the poor person, also has the right to prove that he or she is not guilty, though he or she is not having enough resources to hire the advocate or prosecutor. In that case it becomes the responsibility of the state to provide prosecutor to that person, and open court session will be held there. So that is your fair trial. So students, after this fair trial only the judge comes to the conclusion that whether that individual is guilty or not. So students, that's it about our chapter. I hope you understand the chapter very well. Now see what is here. In a town called Peaceland, the supporters of Fista football team learned that the supporters of the Jabil football team in the nearby city about 40 km away have damaged the ground on which the final between both the team is to be held the following day. The following day means next day. There would be a probability of match between these two these two teams, and one team on the next day, when the scheduled day when match would be there, before that day they just destroyed the land, the area where that match was finalized. Okay, the crowd of Fista fans armed with deadly weapons, they arrange Fista fans, they come with deadly weapons from their homes only to attack the supporters of Jabali football team in the town, because might be they were more stronger than the opposite team. In the attack 10 men are killed and 5 women are gravely hurt. Many homes are destroyed and over 50 people injured. Okay, imagine that you and your classmates are now part of the criminal justice system. First, divide the class into the following 4 groups of person. This is a particular imagination based situation which is given to you, in which you have to divide all the classmates as police, as public prosecutor, as defense lawyer, and as judge. Now these columns are given and you have to explain what is the role of who is going to perform what duty. The role of all these is discussed by me already with you in detail. Role of police to arrest the accused, to file the charge sheet. Role of public prosecutor to cross-examine, to present the evidence in better way in the front of judge. Defense lawyer to defense his client. See, public prosecutor is fighting for the client to prove that he is not guilty, and defense lawyer prove that he is guilty. So they both are cross questioning each other. Then is the judge, I already told you, to prove that or to give judgment for the particular condition. So for this system you can divide, and already told you that what are the roles of different individual that you are going to write here. Then glossary points are there, students. Firstly, accused, I already told you, he is one of the purpose who is tried by the court for a crime. Till this moment he is just tried, not clear that whether the accused person is guilty or not. The next is cognizable. Now what is that? That means it refers to an offense to which the police may arrest a person without the permission of the court. Now see, students, sometime what happen, like right now Diwali is approaching, so many holidays will be there now. So at this time of holidays court is closed. So at that timing, if or at emergency situation, you can say at the situation of rights, when a riot situation is there or emergency situation is there in the country, if police found that a particular person is involved in such sort of crime, then without the permission of court, police has the right to arrest that person. The next is cross examine, cross questioning, role of public prosecutor. I already discussed with you. Then is detention, which means the act of being kept in illegal custody by the police. Illegal custody means that person is not informed why he or she is kept under custody or for what reason he or she is being arrested. Then is impartial, that is fair treatment, not being partial at all. Then is offense. Offense means crime. You have seen in metros also, you have seen now eating things or throwing wrappers on the floor of the metro is a punishable offense. Closing the door or coming in between of the door is a punishable offense. So what is that offense? That offense is the state of crime, and this is crime. Who declared this thing? This is declared by the law only. Then is to be charged of a crime. What does that mean? It refers to the trial judge informing the accused in writing of the offense for which he or she will face trial. The judge needs to give in return to that person that why this trial situation is given to him, and when the judge is going to give this statement, obviously when he is having evidences. Then next is witness. All of you are well aware about this thing. Who are witness? That from their own eyes, who have observed or who were present at the site of the crime and has observed this thing. So students, that's it about our chapter, and I hope the chapter is clear to you. Thank you, students.